And welcome everyone to today's live stream. Some more Orebound Dwarven Kingdom fun goodness. Yeah, we're gonna go and do some more digging in holes and building dwarvish stuff. I guess you could say dwarvish stuff. Real quick, if you hadn't noticed, No Man's Sky has yet another update. After Worlds Part 2 is supposed to be the last big update. This really isn't a big update, but it's got some new content. This is called the Relics update, and it basically takes the whole aspect of digging bones to a new level. So actually, instead of going finding all those prehistoric bones for like quests and selling them and stuff because you didn't have a use, now you go find them to help you build skeletons, much like if you were building a museum. Some interesting aspects of that. It's got some other things in there. I didn't want to jump into it today because when you go through the notes, it says to coincide with Relics, they do have a tailor-made community expedition that starts shortly. And if you look right now, the current listed expedition is still 17. Expedition Titan that we did for the World's Part 1 or Part 2 update. So the new update dropped without the corresponding expedition active at the very beginning, which is why we're not jumping into that update. We're going to wait for the expedition to drop so we can properly get an introduction to it. And so that's what we'll do. If that's next week or in 2 weeks, the World's Part 2 dropped, and 2 weeks later they dropped the expedition. So again, whenever that drops, next week, 2 weeks from now, whatever, that's when we'll look at doing the new Relics update. But it is out if you want to check it out. Of course, it's our free update for No Man's Sky players. Hey Jenny, thanks for joining. Also, this is an unusual one for me because you don't typically see this sort of thing, but Forever Skies did announce April 14th, I think it was, is their full release date. And if you are doing the beta program right now, you can technically go ahead and play the 1.0 release because the 1.0 is now in the beta branch. So a little weird. Typically most of the game devs are gonna wait and then say, here, 1.0 full release, check out the finished story, blah blah blah, whatever else they add. Sometimes, if the story's already been finished, they change something to add a twist, so you have to play it again. It's kind of weird to say, here's 1.0 in beta right beforehand. I know they want to fit some more bugs, but it does seem like it's a weird thing to say. You can now basically get the full release in the beta branch and test it out, which makes me wonder if they are going to change something else right at the last second. But yeah, if you want to check it out, you already got Forever Skies. You can do the beta branch, and they've got 1.0 that's supposedly in the beta branch right now. Again, a little weird to see that they're saying basically here's full release if you want to try it before the actual full release. So could be interesting to see what changes as a result of this, but it's there. Timmy, you know what, you've been patient. Get your snack. Here, I know you want this. I'm not making you do anything for you. How are you going to scratch? Get that scratch in there. Oh, there's that scratchy neck. Oh, that spot, that little spot where you had your surgery. You always like that one. Okay, there you go. You want this? Get it. Get it. Get it. And you want, okay, nope. He's like, and want me to watch him do it. Here, I have that. Yeah, I have it. Sitting too close. Look, give me it. Let me have it. Let me have it. Like, come on, give me it back. Give it back. Said, no, it's mine. And with that, let's go ahead and dive into some Orebound. And there we go. All right. So, yeah, was it last week live stream? I had already got a lot of this stuff done. We ended up doing some, we changed the automation, make me a lot of money. I'm at almost 500,000 gold now. And I built a nice you know, from here to surface level elevator, because we are going to be doing some farming. And speaking of farming, let me grab some of these respawned bags real quick for the area. And then we did some digging down. We didn't just go up top and start building out some stuff for the farming. That was the after part. The main part was we went down below to explore and get some stuff going there. Lots of enemies to fight. So, okay, that's still going. Check this. There. All right, we're good. And, you know, big set of caverns down below. A lot of twisting and turning. I kind of got a little confused in some directions. So I said, you know, let's start digging out the walls. And I dug out a couple little spots. And I decided I want to make things maybe a slight bit nicer today. I'm not still, you know, set on the idea of maybe digging down and building a new level down here yet. For sure, but we might do that where we dig down and have the elevator come down instead of the stairs. But we fought our way through one ogre over here, and then some other spots we had some other ogres, and I found, you know what, hey, if I go over here and I go this way, that's gotta line up with this room. So we dug a short tunnel out, and I was like, you know what, the tunnel is not very dwarvish. We need a dwarvish looking tunnel. So I toyed around with this whole thing, and I found I really don't like the roof design right now. I really hope they change it. But we have a nice, lovely tunnel between two sides, like that, and I kind of want to do some more of that today. Also, we got to do some more building up top with some of the stuff we're getting here. But, yeah, back that way to find the ladders, steps going up. And I think it was this way. I went through here. I don't think we did this way last time. It also feels like I got suddenly a bunch of stuff spawned in that wasn't here previously. I could be thinking of a different chamber, but yeah, I went through here. And I just gotta stop to listen. Yeah, we got this down here. Another ogre. So we've got some ogre fighting to do today. But I can get past this guy. Look at this. Hey, yeah. Oh, wait. Okay. I can only target one of you. Get off him so I can target. Wait. Oh, there he is. Okay. I thought they were stacked together. I killed them so close together, I thought they just piled on top of each other. Alright, come on. There we go. Mr. Ogre is leaving me alone. Maybe this is the one we went through last time. Did finally find a gold spot. Or maybe it's not this. I don't remember. It's been a long week. But yeah, we're gonna do some more exploring, and I kind of like the idea of, like I did there with that, building out some tunnels. At least it makes me feel good about the idea of having the minecart set up, going through what looks to be, you know, dwarven built tunnels, as opposed to just being strung along the ground. Let's see. We'll go this way, and I'm gonna get lost. I'm sure about it. Jenny, how's things going with you? Here, we'll wait. Give a few minutes. Felonius, Jason, some others will show up. Different. Like dropping even lower. I'll come back to that. I'm doing all right. You know, as always, staying busy. It's been a few days since I last played this. I usually knock this out pretty quickly after the live streams when I get everything ready for the next stream, and then it's a loft. A lot of time in a loft right now when I get to play. There's so many islands to explore in that game, And if you want to get all the cosmetic unlocks, you gotta explore the islands. It looks like it's just that big ogre. Alright, see if I can clear this without drawing his attention. Trying to destroy their own thing because they can't navigate the path around it. Alright. Kind of watching you, Mr. Ogre. It's fine if you start, you know, chasing me after I get everything. You gonna leave me alone? Alright, I'm gonna take your big orc skull here. You found a cool solo game. What did you find? And don't say it's one where you play Han Solo, because that's just, you know, that's too tongue-in-cheek. Just grab the skulls. And now I gotta find my way back out. I've also started doing kind of a bit more of turning the headlamp off at times. Because, you know, it's interesting because they are trying to make it where you get that visual adjustment to brightness and darkness. So when you know, you're coming in to like an area, you see there's a visual glitch still too on the kind of the distance with the fog effect, but you come in certain areas and you get a very bright look. It kind of adjusts like your eye would adjust to brightness, and then you look past it and it takes a moment for the contrast to change back. And I see so many cases with having the headlamp on that causes it to happen a lot, where it's like, wow, I can't see anything. You know, I've started to notice I'm playing more with the headlamp off in this until they get that kind of better adjusted. It just seems very very much too bouncy on the effect right now. Like it triggers way too quickly and then takes too long to change back, like if you get hit with a bright light. And some stuff, like there, you can see the visual effect with the axe. It lights things up. Yeah, I'm hoping they fix that with the next update, because that's very, one, annoying, and two, it kind of does throw off the vibe a bit. All Will Fall. Have we mentioned that one before? I feel like somebody's mentioned that one before. I just can't remember who. I'll start taking some of these, get them out of the way. Oh, and that's what I'm talking about. That whole thing where I did not see a hole, and I fell through a hole because I came out and it took, yo, like doing that and picking up the earth shards caused my visuals to, again, not be adjusted to the brightness appropriately. And there you go. I fall because can't see. Yeah, I really hope they fix that, because that's getting very frustrating, having that happen so much. This is way too common of an occurrence with this. Copper ingots. Go there. Okay, so is it a early access game with a demo, or is it just a demo right now and, you know, coming to early access? I'll look it up in a second. Let me get this stuff kind of tucked away. If I remember how I got everything lined up. Yeah, it throws me off so much with the controls in this game compared to so many other games, where certain controls just are very different. Okay, all will fall. I'm gonna look that up real quick. Physics-based survival city thing. Post-apocalyptic city builder, okay. Where every structure can collapse. Master unique physics-based 3D construction system. Okay, so I'm assuming it's not a first-person player type of thing from this. I mean, I see it's got like a character walking around, but based on this, it's a colony sim, more of a building type game. You're playing from a side, view. So it makes me think of, I'm sure it's maybe not as, I mean, it's physics based, but not like physics based in terms of the way Kingdom Survival was. I think that was the name. Kingdom Survival. Airborne Kingdom. That's it. Airborne Kingdom. That one. We played that, and the whole theme is you've got this flying city, and physics-wise, you got to keep the city balanced. You build certain things a certain way, and the city starts to kind of lean, and your citizens aren't happy because their plates won't stay on the shelves because they're sliding off the shelves because the city is flying at an angle. Yeah, just looking real quick at the promo stuff for it makes me think in that kind of style. Worried about the physics balance as opposed to some other ones like I think that it's called Eco. It's a survival sim, but it's focused on balancing the ecosystem, kind of like in a loft where you have to go and balance the ecosystem on the islands to get access to the resources, stuff like that. It makes me think of, like, instead of balancing with nature or whatever, we're balancing for don't destroy everything, but like that. Okay, so it is sort of like the Airborne Kingdom. Good one to check out. Airborne Kingdom, I want to say they got a new one called Airborne Empire. They sent me a thing about wanting to to play it, and I don't have any interest in playing that right now. That style of gameplay, I'm just really back more into the survival, like this kind of a gameplay. The building, yeah, it's fun. And it's kind of the reason why, like, if I played Minecraft, I don't play Minecraft in creative mode. I played Minecraft for the Minecraft survival free roam stuff. If I want to just build and do a building type of thing, then yeah, I'll play something like Airborne Kingdom or something like that. Colony sim, building sim. But generally, I prefer this sort of game for the building. And I just remembered I did, since last stream, I took off from here. And I say, you know what? I'm going to walk towards that tower in the distance. I'm going to walk all the way to the tower. I can't reach the tower. I went all the way to the end where it stopped me with the invisible wall where I couldn't move any further. And I would say at least to that set of trees is how far away I was from the tower still. So I've got all these towers I can't get to. It's frustrating. Makes me upset. Why tease me with the tower I can't get to? And I know I've played around the towers before, because I've had them where I walked around the base of them, kind of figuring they would be, important at some point. Right now, it seems that this this map, they're not. What? Speaking of that, I'm just gonna go this way. We're gonna walk in this direction towards that object right there. Boulder. Fancy tree that needs to render in better. Big salt crystal. I don't know. And it's just a boulder. I think I came down or up this one before. I think. Yeah, I feel like I have done that because it's straight shot down. It's this one right next to my little spot, my kingdom. I get back up here. And the autosave. Gotta love that autosave. You know, gotta have it save at like the worst time. So you know you're in the middle of a swing at an orc for it to save. You know that's when you want that to freeze. Another thing I really hope they fix soon. Okay, this one maybe I have not been down yet. Either way, we got a guy coming after me. That seems potentially promising. I haven't been down this way yet. Oh. Boss man. I really want to have like one of them somewhere where I can lure him in close enough to have him fight the ogre. I mean, he won't win, I'm sure, but that'd be kind of fun to get one of them fighting an ogre. Just because it would help me out. And it'd be kind of fun to be like, aha, I tricked you. Now you fight them on my behalf. You know, all you gotta do is get them to hit one another at some point, and then boom, they'll fight. I just gotta find a spot where I can get an orc boss close enough that he chases me to where ogre is. Like the ogres seem to have a shorter distance that they'll travel before they reset and be like, all right, I'm going back home. This is a good thing. You don't want an ogre coming at your home and destroying it. Like I need to remove this. Oh. Very skinny path there. I see emerald, but I'm more interested in if I get a silver deposit. Okay, we got a silver deposit. You know what? Oh, I was like, I heard it at the very last second. I couldn't see him, but I heard the steps running up to me. Okay. Let's see if I can do this. Can I? Oh, see, there we go. He ran up behind me. I didn't hear his steps. I just heard the and he could not hit me. Oh, I need iron ore. Okay. Darn. Yeah, I need to start bringing stuff like that with me and build some markers, mainly for the fact that I kind of want to have it, if I can, going with the tunnel thing. I figure if I use beacons, like, oh hey, there's that, and I can see like, oh, the beacon's right over there, I might be able to start finding good spots to build tunnels through. I just gotta remember how I get back out of here too. Let's see if I can find some iron. Now just remember, now you know, I love that they changed the big deposits to be unlimited, but I don't like the fact that we can no longer harvest them manually. Like, I can't sit there with a pickaxe and harvest them anymore. I don't get anything if I try to swing at them. Iron deposit. See? Like, I can't do anything. I can't get iron. Which would be nice to be able to do that still. And I don't have ingots with me. So, let's... Okay, there's an orc or ogre guy there. Let's, select. And, okay, there's that. We'll see if I can find my way back through my normal tunnels. Oh, okay. So, there is my place. I might be very close to a silver deposit. Uh-huh. Alright, so I just, yeah, through... There's a tunnel over here. I feel like I went through this one earlier. Did I not go through that one? Is this why you have tethers? Everything looks the same? Okay, so that's silver. Alright, so that's... I bet that's right on the other side. Yeah, through there. That's why if I could do a beacon in here... I can possibly do a new tunnel today. Let's go look and get the supplies in here. Now I just gotta remember that's where I came down. And I need to take him down, so we need to plan around bring in some supplies for that. Yeah, if I can get the silver deposit going, that will help. That, at the worst case, you know, I take supplies there, and I want to say, is that the coal I think I had over here? Because that's it, then I've got a second spot for coal, which, you know, coal is very lovely, you know, self-sustaining type setup. You build it right, which means I could just have it generating, where it's got the other ones feeding coal to my home. And I just heard a clack. Okay, it's the music. I heard hammer strikes. Now I was like, I don't think I'm that close to my spot. But, you know, I have noticed, I've heard the hammer strikes of like the blacksmith and such much further away than I should. Well, I think that is the path there. Just dig through there and I can get me a new tunnel to a nice silver spot. But before I do that, get the supplies, go there, make a beacon, and then come back this way and dig. You know, I feel like to a degree, yeah, you're gonna have dwarven mines that are just gonna be, it's a tunnel, you're gonna have some lights strewn up, it's just gonna be dug out. But at some point, hey, this is a good resource location. They would build nicer tunnels, you know, reinforce things, because they know they're going to be doing a lot of travel there, you know. So it feels like I want to do the same thing. I want to have it where my stuff is kind of loaded up with a nice setup for that. I'm about to have to redo my storage because I'm going to need some more storage. still, I remember, I think we found a gold spot too. I need a good gold spot. I think actually, we're gonna sort that. We're gonna keep that. Go ahead, grab a little bit of that. Let me just make sure. Get wood. Okay, so I do need wood. Granted, I know I can get that on my way down. I need to. Yeah. We're gonna build another tunnel out. Timmy, all done with your snack. Now he's just gonna sit here and, you know, lay out like a potato. Black potato. Or a long, just a black bean. That's what it is. You're a black bean shape. You're getting fat. Getting chunky. I also kind of like the idea of this, like the tunnel set up like this, because if they start doing like waves of attacks from like bases, like, oh, here's their outpost, they're going to attack from here, they're going to generate, you know, enemies, they're going to come attack. I like the idea of being able to set up like the defensive turrets on these. I feel like that just kind of gives a nice little vibe, having here's some defensive turrets on their little towers, or the little tunnels. Again, just getting traversed a lot. I feel like they would reinforce the tunnel. So in this case, instead of building like long path, I just reinforce the tunnel through, and then we got these big caverns. We'll do the, see, I'll need the iron here. I've got iron there. But we can do like the silver, and I think there was a gold somewhere over in one of these. Actually, instead of building it by the silver, I'm gonna build it in the middle of the actual cavern space. And we'll do the lovely stone tunnel setup. Yeah. So I guess roughly about here. Okay. Iron beacon. Name it for silver hole. Yes, the silver hole. Like, why do all the wandering through the natural tunnels when we can dig our own? Just gotta make sure I line it up right, because, you know, we have a compass type thing, a navigator. Can't forget that. I also did go wandering around a lot looking for a stone deposit. I was like, even if I could just find a giant stone deposit for unlimited stone, and it's like a long walk away, I'll set it up so I can just, you know, have unlimited stone production for when I need it. And that's part of my whole walking a long distance. Not once did I even get a single blip on the navigator for stone. And, you know, it's a navigator. It helps you find a deposit, which is useful in this, but it's not a compass. It's not a coordinate system. So it's not something where I can say, oh, I'm at X by Y by Z. You know, like Subnautica, if you pull up the coordinates on, you know, PC, it's a case of I can look and say, hey, you know, I know where I'm at. And see, there's that. So I know I need to do a tunnel through here. Kind of like that. So how wide did I make that? 4. wide. Or, well, rather, 3 foundations and half like that. Yeah, so 3 foundations wide for this. I'll just kind of line it up from that one. Maybe I decide to fill that in as a big giant, you know, opening. I might even build just a whole little platform path. All right, we're gonna go right here. That's gonna kind of wait on the autosave. Yeah. Pretty sure I'm aimed the right direction. Let me just kind of look real quick. Yep. Might be a little high here. Oh yeah, I need to dig down a bit. Let's see. Oh, I did dig up at an angle too. Okay. So, I mean, I'm gonna have to, you know, open it up anyway. We need more height, so that's fine. Be great to at least have a way to see how level we are, if we're looking straight ahead or not. There we go. All right. I have a tunnel. Or a start of a tunnel. Let's do a foundation. Actually, well, you know what? I can't remember how much that rotates. It rotates very slightly, but I guarantee that's the right path or right direction overall. So, now we'll try it from this side. I did do a weird angle. And that looks... You know, let me just double check. It looks like it's lined up the same way, but I'm not 100%. Yeah, it's lined up. So... really, it's just pick what my height level is going to be. I guess that's good. So we're gonna fit all of this up nicer. If I can. There we go. I think what I did in the other one, if I remember right, is I literally kind of just built it along as best I could, as long as I got stuff to like snap. I saw it tried. And then just kind of dug around the way it snapped. That built. I can't even see it, but I made it snap. Now I can't snap it at all. Yes. You know, this is a case where I do like the whole I can't see it, but I can still build it kind of snap. Like, oh, you can't actually see where you're snapping it to, but it works. Most cases, I don't like that. It's not helpful to build stuff in the ground by accident, and that happens a lot. But that's useful right now. There we go. Actually, not that level or straight in the end for that, but it's based around the other side, so... Oh, come on. now I can't place against this. It's like no snapping against the existing piece. And where's that? I got in my way. There we go.
Yep.
Should turn this on, see if this will help. There we go. Okay, so I'm outside of the tunnel, so yeah, we're gonna build like this. And we'll just try to do that. There. I'm gonna turn this off again. That's just it. I'm finding the headlamp less and less helpful. There we go. All right, so I got that. Now the tricky part here is digging out just enough so that it, you know, you uncover it, but you're not like leaving a big gap. I'm just kind of worried about spawns around it. So what I'm trying to do is like, okay, the way I did it there is, of course, outer wall. And let's go ahead and do some of those. Outer wall is going to go like that. Rotate the right way. And so I build it through. Get around to this side. And this actually helps. You see I've got like a bit of a gap there now. Because I dug a little bit too far on that side. But once I get further in, it's not going to have a gap. Or at least as much of a gap. But I'll be able to see a gap. Like stuff that's sticking through, and that just makes it easy to make sure it feels like it's buried in the end. Might dig back. I think I went too far. Like right now, I can go again. I can place inside the. Oh yeah, I did already get that. Okay. So I can do like this, and just basically all I'm doing is I'll come back with the pickaxe and dig out wherever I can see terrain sticking through. And I can't get through there. All right. I'm too tall. I'm a tall dwarf. And then, of course, we'll have some outside exposure for the wall, but that's fine. Yeah, so like this, I know I can tap and knock this out. And it does let it look buried. Like that. I'll just do the other side that same way after I clear this. Okay, and just to go ahead and get it set. Well, apparently there we go. Again, managed to build where I can't visually see, but you know, in some cases it helps. All right, so we're gonna go. Oh, this is where it's gonna be tricky. Line up. So I'm just gonna look kind of where I can best gauge the foundation point to be. There you go. Okay, there's that. I fell. There we go. Now I got a nice up down over here for the silver. And we'll get the walls kind of go in there. That's where, yeah, now I need to do some, well, I'll just dig out this way. Okay. Oh, where? There we go. Good part here is I'm actually getting stone that I need to build this stuff, so that does help with the fact I am using some stone up. Not a lot. Yeah. And of course, I couldn't place adjacent to the thing, you know, the one I needed to, but I could place, like, snap past it. Totally makes sense. But now I can't snap past it. Jenny, we haven't seen Jason join yet. Have you heard from him? Is he preoccupied with, well, I guess probably yard work, family time, something like that. I know you seem to have at least heard from him usually. No idea? What about Xbox? Anybody heard from Xbox? Since, you know, he got busy having to work, you know, got a real job. At least I'm assuming he still has his job. I remember that was the thing. He got a job and just had that last Saturday off. I won't say he said it was his last Saturday off before starting the job and was going to be working Saturdays. But nope, haven't heard from him either. Well. Okay, got that. Yeah, all right. Let me get a quick refresh on how I did this one. 2 walls high. And then 2, oh, that's one roof section each, and then the flat roof section. And then just, yeah, 2 wide on that. So yeah, that's good. And just go straight through. Kind of want to do different lights there. I don't want anything like overly large and just taking up unnecessary room right now. I just need a bit of light, you know, from a distance, so I'd be like, oh, hey, there's my tunnel. Go ahead and get this set up. At least I got that. Yeah, we'll clear a little bit of the path. I did not want to go that far down on it. Thank you very much. Of course, now I can't target. I would like more fine-tuned terrain manipulation. That would be nice. I guess I'm just going to do it this way. That. Okay. Let's just build this, because I've got it all cleared. Yeah, I should be able to just snap all the way straight through. Clear what's inside. The fun part is going to be clearing the ceiling area out like that. I don't have to build a truss, a little scaffolding to walk along again, as what I did on the other one. And then I'll have a new tunnel. So I need to go get all that coal production set up too at the other one. Ooh, some ore there. Okay, that is done. Oh, where is it? That one. All right, so I got turn. And then this part, then I see it. Auto saving. Okay, what? There's something I had to do to get this to snap right. I think I had to like build and climb up to make it snap. But, you know, before I do that, I want to go ahead and at least, well, I guess I could do this. So I can get up here. I want to get that lined up first. See, stone roof filler. Ooh. Nah. While I do kind of like it better to a degree, we're going to stick with what I've already done. Over there. That. Oh, I see. That's the stone roof filler. Like that to fill underneath, I guess. Oh, that doesn't seem like it's the right fit. Alright. Do that. That. Okay, here's the fun part. I'm just gonna do it like this. This.
Yep.
That gives me my scaffolding to go through and clear stuff. Should be enough room to move and do this. Okay. Not completely cleared. Again, I'm trying to get where it still on the outer edge is buried. I did not get that fully, but that's gone on that side. Get this, actually get the middle. Just take all this out. I'm gonna turn that off. Okay, this is where I guess I actually need the headlamp, even though it's that flickery effect you get when you swing. This is definitely one of those games that I feel should very strongly express the whole epilepsy warning, because like that is a very flashy a light change because of swinging my tool in front of me and the way the headlamp is working. That's definitely one they're gonna have to do some tweaking on, otherwise they're really going to cause some seizures, I think, for some people. What the? I am destroying my stone wall. Why am I destroying my stone wall when I'm trying to target that little thing? might need to go check the health on my other tunnel. I don't remember seeing it to say I was destroying my own stuff like that. Because, I mean, I can literally deconstruct it. Why would I want to damage my own stuff, especially by accident? I guess that ties in with the problems with the elevator, you know, control setup right now. You definitely don't want to accidentally misclick and damage your elevator control spot. But it happens. Oh yeah, probably need to run through that other tunnel and just make sure. See those spots, I would get them. There we go. I should be okay. Those. Okay. Let's move this way and then I can come back. And I'll just clear out whatever slag is left. Actually, let's get the roof, which is another thing that, you know, surprisingly doesn't want to snap there. Maybe it was the flat. That's it, the flat roof. Okay. Very carefully. Okay. You know what? All right, we can do that route. Very carefully. All right, that seems to be the distance limit. Okay. Oh, come on. All right, not on top of it. And to the side of this one, all right, fine. I'll just harvest. It's where some stuff weirdly stacks while other stuff doesn't. So, like, you can accidentally place a roof tile where you weren't planning to because it's stacked on top of an existing one. Okay. I can do that. I just really need to clear it where I can see the path all the way through. And then I can focus on this kind of cleanup. Make this look all nice. Like that. Okay, if you can get it to target and build inside part of the terrain, you'll be able to at least dig it out where you won't have gaps in the terrain as readily. And I'm only doing that because of concern for spawns. I don't want to have like a tiny gap. Get that one goblin spawns in there and just slowly destroys your stuff because he spawns underneath something or in between a section of tunnel wall. So, yeah. All this work for a fancy tunnel. Oh. Targeting that end is definitely problematic. There's that piece of tunnel. All right, let's see how far. Got to there. 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 Okay. So, there. I don't care if it goes past the end. That's the easy part to clean up. Okay, there we go, there we go. And here's hoping that I'm placing it correctly. I may be very well placing it wrong and end up having to redo it. I'm just trying to do it where I can keep this clean. Is that like one floaty piece right there? And there, okay, I got that piece on the wall. There we go. Oh yeah, I'm gonna have to put some extra lights through here. This is just gonna be way too dark inside. A little bit of silver ore and the tunnel I'm making to give myself easier access to an unlimited silver deposit, which right now I'm just gonna manually bring the coal over here to power it. Once I get this cleared, visually cleared, I'm gonna go get the supplies and we'll set up the coal production in that other room. So that's going. And that will start producing. I think I'm gonna double that one up at least. Have it be, since it, you know, coal, you can set it up to be self-sustaining, so it feeds itself the fuel it needs to keep things running. I'm gonna do 2 drills with a whole, this is merging into a, or, you know, merger to put everything together. And then split into multiple additional storage. So I'm gonna have it where it's, you know, more than, or actually I just could do the merger into a chained storage. Yeah, just do it that way. And I'm gonna have it be probably 3 of the bigger storage containers. Just let that fill up and leave me with tons of coal ready to grab when I need it. Flicker. I'm not epileptic, but it makes me feel like I'm gonna become epileptic from it. Just because of the headlamp, mainly. I mean, it's partly the fact that when you swing, it gives that weird visual around the swing in terms of the lighting effects. but it's also just the headlamp is very annoyingly bright in a very annoyingly short distance. There we go. So, big tunnel through to a nice silver deposit. Other tunnel goes towards a coal deposit. Oh, and the autosave lag. And it makes me destroy part of my stuff. Okay. I got plenty of soft stone from this. Make a big, grand, dwarven tunnel. Plenty of room for minecart rails through it. Felonious! You made it. Starting to wonder. Rest of this, track through all of it. I know I got a stone roof up there I need to repair. Think up. There we go. Yep, and all right, I gotta go back around. Yeah, this is much longer than the other one. The other tunnel, that is. There we go. Another spot. Okay. I feel like I want to do the lights first before I call it good. So I feel like that's what's going to happen is I'm going to call it good, and I'm going to go through and find out that I did in fact need to fit something. Okay, wait a second. I know I had a piece of roof that got damaged. Maybe it's the upper tile. Yep, okay, there's one. Just click endlessly. Okay. Alright, yeah, let's just pause on the building there. So, straight that way to my little climb, and if I decide to build an elevator setup coming down, it's going to be in that room. We have the tunnel I made since last week, and we got the new tunnel there, and all this. So as long as that ogre doesn't respawn, my tunnel's safe. If he respawns, that's when I got worried. And I probably have all of my my food production full now up top. If I had to guess, I probably have a full amount of, was it wheat or hops and barley? Hops and barley. See, iron ore I need for the beacon, so I'm gonna keep that for a moment. Don't need. So now I am going to need the lights, which I think I just did those on the other ones because soft stone and coal ore is simple. Though I do like the idea of doing some fancier ones. Maybe even doing the like a large or tall one. I'm gonna take the stuff for that. Assuming I have similar matching stuff. So, all right. Drill. I was planning for 2, so stack of iron plates, copper plates, and iron cogs. Cover that. Of course, we're going to have belts, so a bunch of iron ingots, so that covers that. Copper ingots for mergers. And then storage, wood, iron. All right, so I just need a bunch of goodies. So iron plates, copper plates. Go ahead and take that. Copper ingot, iron ingot. Got coal ore. Copper pipe work. You know what? I just remembered I'm going to need copper pipe work. Because, you know, I'm going to have to do the steam and water production. Gotta think about that too. So, water pump, iron plates, copper pipe work. There we go. I want to carry some more pipe work, actually. I'm not gonna do the water splitter. That I need the steam. Yeah. You know what? Just take those. And just because I got the room for it, take extra on that. Coal, I just need enough to get things started, so I'm good on that. Really, I just need to get some stuff going with that, and then we'll do the lights after that. Let's see, iron and copper ingots. I'll just go ahead and take that. And yeah, there we go. I think that should have pretty much everything. Actually, how much wood? I need some wood. Probably need to carry more because I will need some scaffolding. I kind of like the visual contrast of the wood with all the other stuff being, you know, metallic looking. It's just cheaper for that. Plus, I do have unlimited wood production going on over there, so, you know, I don't have unlimited stone yet. I mean, I'm getting plenty of stone from digging, but I still haven't found an unlimited stone resource. Everywhere I've been going, I have not found one. Not even a blip on this stupid thing. I see a gap up there too. I may need to try and fix. I see, that was that tunnel system there. That could be an interesting one to kind of redo as like a more dwarvish tunnel look, but not gonna worry about it right now. Ruby deposit, not so worried about. I mean, technically, I could go ahead and I could take that out before I go and get the other one going. I literally could, after I get the fuel going here, one extra splitter somewhere or something that splits off. Actually, I could just have the storage feed out into another drill. So I have my coal storage feeding into the drill for this, so it'll just keep it always topped off until that drill is empty and have a storage separate for Ruby. Could do it that way, yeah. Let's get this going. So I'm gonna try to do the, well, all right, let's start with this way, I guess. Oh, come on. I got grid and snap. Why can't I not snap? All right, I can snap. There we go. No, that one, the snapping. Okay, now take that stuff out. I don't care it's going into that. That means it's got stability. It's in the deposit. That's the support structure right there. Okay. And I'll go ahead and just do a quick ladder from this spot. And now I gotta think on this. And I am gonna do 2 drills. So I wonder if I can just do it as like a... Well, how can I stack this the right way? I mean, I could stack it down, like below. Yes. But that does put it closer to the ground. I'm just gonna do it this way. Ogre might be able to hit that. I'm hoping not.
Yep.
Okay, so do the water and such over here. I gotta also make sure I keep those full. So I need a... I'm gonna do a merger for these. Okay, yeah, I'll go ahead and do this. Build out a bit more. Give myself plenty of working space. So yeah, I'm gonna do a merger to merge them together. It's the simplest way to do it, I think. Let's see if I can get this a little closer. Can't rotate these. That's one bad part. Okay, so a merger, create 1 stream of coal. I'm gonna have a splitter that feeds the coal into storage stack, and then into the also fuel stack, let's just call it that, to keep the water and steam going. Extending it out a bit more this way. It's gonna be a bigger platform, I think, in the end. Alright, so we'll just do... Yeah, let's do it this way. Merger here. That overlap that I don't like, but it works. I'm sticking with it for right now because it works. Okay, so now merger to get it into the splitter. Just gotta put it that far out to make sure it will connect. Nope, too close. Still very much not pleased with the way these are handled. Yes. Oh, come on. Same height. Output, input. Ah. Yeah, this could be so much better than it is right now. There. Finally. Okay, so split here into storage trunks. Should probably go more out that way anyway. Do this. Okay, so split is gonna feed into another splitter after that, so it's gonna split off from here to cover the storage. I guess I'll go ahead and do the storage at this point. This stuff's just so bulky. Hard to place. And of course, I'm out of wood. I brought a bunch of wood. I used up too much wood building the platform. So we'll grab some wood from this stuff. So, Felonious, how's it going? It's a good afternoon. You can't stop there. You gotta embellish on how good of an afternoon it is. Especially since I am just, you know, doing tedious dwarven work right now. There we go. Get rid of this. Technically, I think I can actually just use the pickaxe to destroy the wood crates and such and get the exact same amount of resources out. I'm not sure how that is logically supposed to work, but you know what? It works. I'll use it. Okay, now back to this. Okay, and just to try and get this going. All right, there we go. Like, this is going to end up being a much bigger setup than the other one in terms of the wood or the coal production. Take these out for now. I may do just 2 of these. Have it, you know, extend further out this way. Yeah, I'm not really worried about the ruby. I got unlimited ruby in a couple spots. But it'd be kind of useful. See if I can do it without having to climb back up. Yay. Alright, so that will fill up. Again, I can always I can feed out from there into a drill for the ruby, and then just, oh, actually, I don't have to feed out into the drill. That's right. I just have to do the steam. Keep thinking of you putting coal into the drill. I feel like that, I'll say maybe that was the way it was done in the demo, but I can't remember. All right, so I need this feeding into a water and a steam. Well, actually, yes, the steam, because it's got to boil the water. Okay, so overlap is going to be required for this to overlap on the deposit itself, apparently.
Yep.
Because it was not lined up anyway. Work. Nope, and still the grid does not work. The whole grid layout thing, the way that handles it, doesn't work, and it's just so very, like, it's that bounciness. See how it bounces everything. Of course, I'm low on wood again. Okay, so that is. This is it. You know, I might just do this. Let's rotate it and have it come, instead of that way, it'll come over here.
Yep.
Feed into there, and then that's going to feed into water pump here, which now I'm short on wood for that, so I really don't have to go all the way back up, so let's go find scrap wood to destroy. There should be some around here. coins. No scrap wood. There's this, you know, the small silver deposit. I've got the big one over there now. All right, go in here. Got still have some wood stuff over here I can get. Yeah, it's over there. I think, like, even on the open passages between caverns, I want to do some kind of platform, not a full enclosed tunnel like I'm doing with these, but at least like the flat platform that kind of leads through, give me a nice, steady, easy set of stairs to climb up and go through. Partly because I feel like that will make it just easier travel, and it'll give me a kind of the feel that, oh, this is under dwarven control type of look, so I can remember, hey, yeah, I've already covered that cavern. That's one of mine. You know, have some lights, you know, make it look better. And it'll just help me to remember where I've gone and not have to do so much with trying to remember the path. I mean, it's still gonna be a lot of, like, which way am I supposed to go? Since we don't have a map. Would like to see a map feature added, even if it's just like you have to travel, you know, some kind of like you are creating the map as you move kind of thing, you know, but not typical fog of war type of map setup. I'm thinking more of like for what level, distinct level. Like here I'm in this level, so I have a map that has my tunnel. So as I go down, I get to see that map section. When I go up a level, I see the next section up. I feel like there's a way they can make that work. It'd definitely be something that would take a lot of tweaking, but they can make it work. Let me try the grid. I don't know how that grid lined up with that. And that's, yeah, never mind. We'll just there, call it that. That's good enough. Okay.
Yep.
And I'm trusting this water pipe's going to work. To there, yeah, the one that's covered up. And then I need the pipe to go over here. Actually, I think I didn't plan for this, but I am going to do a splitter over here, just so it's easier. I don't have to do the other link over here. And that does leave me one I can feed out to a ruby drill. That one. And that one. There. Okay. Yeah, I feel like this is targetable, so I may dig this out. Flatten part of that out just to cut down on the height access for some of these guys. Let's see. All right, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put one in each of these. So we're gonna get, you know what? We'll do that one first, and now that one. All right, so water going, steam going, and we see it splitting. So this goes into storage. Storage continues into the other one over here. Yep, that's gonna fill up. So I'm gonna have 40 tiles, 40 slots of storage. times 100. So that's 4,000 coal of storage right there. And these are now self-sustaining. So I just gotta be able to get down. I'm gonna move this. Honestly, now everything's set up, I could technically take the platform out. But I'm gonna leave it for right now. I do want to put a ladder in a convenient spot, though, which is right there. Okay, so that is producing a bunch of coal. Speaking of, I probably want to take some with me because I need it for the lights. And then, yeah, like, okay, I've got that. So there I could build just the foundation style with it. And, well, actually, I could turn that into an actual covered, you know, tunnel like that. Maybe the one where it's more wide open, bigger. I'll do it as just a flat platform for those. But I do want to kind of make the tunnels so that it feels like I know where I've explored. Like, as far as where I've claimed as part of my production area. Again, since we don't have a map on this. And yeah, we'll start with these. Or that. Yeah, I think I did them like that. This is gonna need more lights. I mean, granted, I can see the end. Yes. Oh, missed. Okay. I guess technically I could be a good spot for some hanging lights. Depending on how it lets me place them in terms of alignment. Still want to keep the stands at the entrance. But it could be good to have a little bit of, let's see, large. Ooh, yeah, large versus not so large. Well, the not so large actually pushes fully out as well. So, looks like pretty much the same light distance. It's just the height level. I don't want to have it hanging down so low that it's like, I think I'm gonna do this just because it's, you see how it fills the whole tile space. Let's count these. So 15 tiles. So this should be dead center. Right. That. And I did not get that actually centered. Ah! Still, it looks centered on one angle and not the other. Okay, so that is centered. Alright, I think that got it. Yes. Just turn my headlamp off. That's well lit right there. That's good enough. Come down. Actually go ahead and clear some of this. Get rid of some of the jagged look to it right here. And, you know, as I clear some stuff out, I got In worst case, I go and I say, hey, you know, I'm gonna build a drill over here on the emerald spot, and I could just toss in the coal for the water pump and boiler and make sure I have it going. I'll just clear all that emerald out. Goes into its own little storage thing. Come here, grab what I need. I can now deconstruct that because I don't need it. But while that and the save. While my coal fills up, and I do have some of the supplies, we go ahead and try to build the silver spot out a bit. Could use some fine-tuning on the shovel and such as far as the way the terrain is done. I would like to see terrain smoothing, where it's not like just here's a larger chunk that comes out, you know, but can make a smoother transition beyond just having to do it as a oh, we'll just build, you know, a dwarven platform. Also, I'm looking at the crate. I don't get why on some of these I look at the crate. I'm not moving, but I suddenly attack through the crate. It's probably a good reason to switch to the axe, so I can't destroy terrain. Okay. I'm not really using the earth shards much, so I'll leave them for decor reasons. But yeah, there's that big honkin' cave entrance. Goes through there, and that's copper, right? That's copper. Yeah. So I've got big iron. I got big copper. I've got a big coal. They're spread out more, but I mean, technically, I could turn this whole section here into just its own standalone production area for those types of things. And I need to get rid of him. And then I can build this into a nice tunnel.
Yep.
That leads back into my other area. Yeah. There's the iron. Oh, I guess let's get the supplies. And I'm gonna build me turrets, because we know how well that worked last time. It only took me 3 or 4 deaths to get it, but we're gonna take out that ogre. I don't like him being close to where I want to build. And coal, yeah, okay, I gotta go this way. Or I could technically go that way and then go through. And see, that's got these extra openings. I don't want to, like, I don't want to do walls to seal those up and be like, oh, don't go this way, because enemies will just say, hey, it's a wall to destroy, and destroy it. If it was more of a case that they saw it as just an obstacle in their path, then they would run around it until it became an impassable obstacle. Like, oh, I can't get through, so I'll destroy the wall. Fine. But, oh, there's a path through over here. I'll run this way and go through. So I'll ignore this wall. That would be preferable. But I don't think they're going to do that. Man, the last save, I had literally a path they could take right up into my base. And they were just, like, oh, yeah, no, we're going to just attack your wall here. And not this wall that's easiest to get to. We're going to climb up and attack that wall. And we're going to climb a vertical wall that you can't do. Oh, look at that. I didn't even say anything. I hit the button, and he's like, oh, I'm on camera. I know your tricks. He's got literally like just... Oh. It's like the camera didn't even make a noise. It was literally I hit the button here on the stream deck. And he's like, oh. Flex. Yeah. Show the belly. You go roll off your bed. Keep rolling, Timmy. Look at that. Yeah. He's getting fat. My mom likes to have him get chicken tenders when he comes to her house, and she has me pick up food for us, so he's got to get his chicken tenders. Too many chicken tenders. He's getting fat. There you go. You're getting fat. That's why you get your normal food on the weekends. It's fatty Timmy. He's snoozy because he's so fatty. Sort. Oh, it helps so much when you sort stuff, and suddenly you find you have more room because stuff got merged together. Iron ore. Yeah, okay. I think I should be good. I'm gonna grab a bunch of wood this time, though, so I'm not having to go and fight for getting more. And all right. 642,000. We're just letting that money go. That is weird. Yeah, showing there. If you look in the upper leftmost corner, very upper left corner, watch as I move around. You see that little green artifacting?
Yep.
That's weird. I don't remember that happening before, Gray. I'm not staring up in the left corner all the time at my stats, but I feel like I've got something glitching now. Probably from one of the autosaves happening. So very definite, yeah, emerald. Or see if I can do it without destroying. There we go. I hope I have enough of the other components. I should be at least very close on the other components. And we're gonna set up the silver spot now, because you know I need to get me some bling going. There we go. Look at that. Careful aiming to fix that one little spot. I mean, I've already got copper production going. I could use more. I could also expand on the one I've got there. But until I have like a steady stream of coal coming in here, I don't want to worry about the copper in this spot. So I'm just going to do a silver deposit setup. And I'm going to do the same thing again. See if I actually just get it. No, I cannot place there. Actually, you know what? Let's just let's get this lined up right. I might just stack some okay. That's, yeah, all right. I might just build up using the foundations, the stone foundations for this. Give me even more height on this. Let's see. How will this work? That. There we go. Okay, so now could do the stone roof tiles, build it out like that. I even could go get fancy and build out these. I don't care about that. This is not about looks right here. This is about building a platform to hide way up in the air. And of course that won't snap still, so I can do the wood tile. Okay, so I can't snap the big 2x2 sized wood tile, but I can snap the single 1x1 size tile with the stone foundation. It's weird snapping stuff like that. I'm gonna do the overlap on that. What do you think? This should be tall enough. I mean, if an ogre can reach that, he is jumping using his Air Jordans. That is way too tall for them to be able to get. And why am I building there when I'm trying to target the edge? There. Yes. Snapping with the ladders needs significant improvement. Okay. Machines first, the drill. Because that is the critical part to actually get things in. And this is gonna be pure storage. So it's okay. Oh, so you can walk on the deposit. It's not the actual image of the deposit that you're interacting with. It visually is bigger than it actually is treated. And look at that, inverted. Yeah, you love that awesome conveyor setup. Totally legit. Nothing to see here, nothing to complain about. It's totally 100% legit. That's the way it works. Expand on this side because I need to have. I just want to go with this side too. Well, you know, if I'm going to expand, I'm going to move that out over here because I need 2 storage things. Since this is unlimited, I want to make use of the biggest storage I can for output reasons. And the same size for input reasons. Because, you know, it's gonna need fuel. Actually, I may do a smaller input stack just because I want to use a lot less coal than, to generate enough to fill this up. So I really don't need a big container for the input part. Let's put it here. And that's where I'm gonna, actually, we'll reverse it. Because I'm not going to feed into it. I'm going to use it to feed out.
Yep.
And it is going to do the same thing right there. I'm standing inside the deposit. So this will go there. This will go there. And then the water pump. And the boiler. That. So go ahead and get the water. Kinda, yep, hooked. There. Okay. And then the boiler, just the one, because I'm only going to do the one drill. There we go. Okay.
Yep.
So let's get both of these fed with our janky looking conveyors. Like, especially this one. Look at that. Awesome conveyor path thing right there. Okay, so in output here and the input here. So I need, you know what? I haven't done it on the other ones, but why not? I got the supplies. I'm gonna put some lights up on this one. Just make it look a little bit nicer. And where did I put that ladder? Over there. Jump up. And good. So now we'll just get this started. Actually, let me go just grab the stuff from over there. Grab 5 stacks. I should have at least that in the other, the coal storage over there. And then just come back, toss it in.
Yep.
And, you know, again, I decide I want to do the rail system, minecarts. I just got to build the little platform and stuff or whatever it is. I maybe build off of the ceiling where it comes over here and then a rail rides along the wall, do something different with the lights on the end, and then just, you know, goes back along there. It at least feels like I'm accommodating for a rail system if I get to that point. I'm still eager for that next update with the vertical conveyor elevator style connections, because then I could see the rails, the minecarts being more useful. You know, unless you're building something that's going to run them up an incline, it's not as helpful. And if you're going to do that, you could just literally build like a tunnel type thing like I did, protected, runs the conveyors up to your spot where you are getting all your supplies processed, and not have to have it be like, oh hey, look, yeah, I had to go and make this all nice looking and everything. No, it's just a case of, you know, you're just accommodating for at least getting to a certain point. I feel like with the elevator, item elevator, conveyor type lifts, you could do it where it's, here's like a central hub where everything comes in from the rails, the minecarts, and it gets unpacked and then shipped up vertically in a very nice, easy to manage type, easy to protect. You know, once you get the main hub built where the minecarts are coming in, the vertical climb, like the elevator type climb, be protected. You're worried about one spot. You do the incline, like it got in the some of the promo pictures and video, where it's just a path going up, and most of that is conveyors in the promo stuff. You gotta protect the whole way up. You know, you gotta protect the base and the top, but the whole way up. You're basically protecting the whole assembly. And I like the idea of doing an elevator thing if I do minecarts, and then, you know, bring them to here's the drop-off point, and that lifts it straight up. But right now, I don't have a need for minecarts. I'm just preparing this in case I do. And I need to build more of these. Ah! Why? Okay, I've got a set of stairs somewhere inside something. Yep, somewhere in one of these is a set of stairs that I may one day find. Probably not. They'll probably end up staying there until I have to start again. I feel like that should be toggled too. As a, you know, the overlap thing. The whole idea of building inside something you can't see should be like another toggle. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Alright, so that's going there. We've got that going. And now we got silver going. That, I would think, between those two devices, that should produce enough And I could always expand and do this as a double drill here, because I do have sufficient steam production. Just to speed that up. Turn this into a double drill. And in worst case, I sell the silver for money. Oh. Oh. I just thought of it. That could be kind of an interesting thing, is, if you could do, I mean, it's done in other factory management games. I'm trying to think of how I can make it work here, but an overflow type thing. Now, in some cases, you know, like with this, if I was producing coal here, it would overflow once it hit capacity here, and everything would just focus more on the storage. What I'm thinking is, I put 2 drills here for the silver. They're going into the silver storage. When that storage is full, have a splitter that is specifically only going to flow on one side once there's an overflow. Now I can filter by item, but I feel like that just means it would not push on one side, and as a result it would, like, oh, filtered output. Okay, so it's not filter on both sides. You can filter one item. Okay, so if I filter silver to this side of a splitter, and then that side fills up, I'm assuming then the filter breaks and it just says, well, here's the overflow, here's anything. Because what I'm thinking is I expand out on this a little bit wider, and I put in the automated market, so I can have 2 drills, fill this up, and then once it's full, if I'm not pulling stuff out of it, the overflow would go into the market, more money, and that would give me a reason to keep this kind of full of coal, because I would actually get value from it running even when this storage is full. I'm thinking on this. I might redo this real quick, because the automated market, you can toggle it off where you can use it for storage, but if I toggle it on, it sells everything in storage, and I don't want to use this just for selling and making some money. I do have that. You know what? Yeah, let's just toggle both of these off for a moment. And the drill has stopped. Okay. So I'm gonna take this out. Okay. And expand on this side for the moment. I might keep from expanding there. Do another drill. I'll keep it high up. Okay. So now, yeah, we're gonna try this. If I can do that, I'm gonna do the filter. Try and force it to overflow. Which, well, you know, I need the merger. I could. I feel like we need another variation on this too. Something that I know we're getting stackable ones, but it'd be great to have kind of a combo thing where it's like, here's a, you know, it's 2 by 2. You know, like this is 2 to 1, and the merger is 1 to 2. What if we had a, you know, 2 in, 2 out? That was where you could have it. So say, hey, you got these 2 different ones coming in, and you maybe want to filter more. Like, okay, yeah, you've got 2 inputs. You got gold and silver coming in from 2 inputs, along with maybe another input that is coal. You want to have on the output side gold and silver going out this side and coal going out this side. So it would be a combination instead of having to do so many different stacks of it. I don't know. It feels like we could do something a little bit better with like a smart splitter type of thing. Oh, I might just be trying to make it more complicated than it should be. On top of how it is now. Let's just go ahead. We'll do the merger. I may have to move the storage too. Yes, the merger. Put it right here. Let's just see if this will. Yep. Okay. Like that. Okay. I'm not gonna worry about any other Steam outputs over here right now, so this will just cover the other drill. There we go. Okay. Get by. Alright, so that goes there. So now I need a splitter. It's gonna be kind of smart. Not super smart, just kind of smart. Goes there. And so, assuming... let's see. Facing this way. The right side is going to filter for silver ore. Which means if I start this back up, that should be feeding into there the way I need it to. From 2 drills. What? Okay. Oh, yeah. Might help if I had... Steam, okay. What the? Is it waiting for this to fill? I mean, what? How much am I using on this? 10 out of 10. And that should be... Yeah, 100 Steam. That's going because that one drill is going. Why is this other drill not playing nicely with me? There we go. Apparently I had to connect it while it was, the Steam was running for it to work. That was a new one. Alright, there we go. And we've got it filing it. Okay, so now I just need to, again, expand on this just enough. For an automated market. Where's the, yes, auto market. Of course, we're going to turn it. We'll do this over here. Okay. And this may not work. I'm hoping it works this way, that basically in the end it says this is overflow. It's got to go. It's got to go in here regardless, you know. This overflow, and then he will sell everything he gets his hands on. So when this is full, the extra will go to make any money, and now I may let this finish and then put in a double, the bigger one, like I originally started to, and have a nice big coal storage to keep that going for a long time. And then that's it. I got silver. The silver overflow should make me money. I come empty it out, make use of that silver in processing, I guess up here somewhere. It might be time to do a third floor at the base, but there we go. I've got a big tunnel. I go through here. I go straight in there. I get my stairs. I go through there. I got a tunnel to a coal spot. I'm claiming the areas. It's time to now take out an ogre. Let me make sure I've got what I need for it. I could do that with the bullets. I just don't have any bullets right now. Oh, arrow trap. Let's do spike trap. Which apparently does not want to go on the ground. So I have to have the spike trap. Okay, the mine trap goes on the ground. I really kind of want to do that, but I know I'm gonna need power. Okay, so I've got enough for 7 of these on the iron ingots, and I'm about to grab a bunch of coal. Yeah. Let's see. Part of the coal expense is the initial 10 that goes in each, so I'm just going wait for this autosave. There we go. I appreciate the autosave. It helps me not lose progress, but the autosave lag is a huge problem. There we go. All right. An ogre is this way, right? I think. Yeah. No, not this way. That way, right? Because the silver spot over here. So I've got those. That's a tunnel, but you see there's like the openings there. You know what? Give us a way to do the shovel where we rotate the plane. I don't think you can rotate the... Yeah, we don't have that. Give us a way to rotate where we're not doing it like flat, but we're doing it vertical like that. So I can fill in like a stone ground wall. Be awesome. Because I could block off some of the 2 openings there and then build my tunnel. Otherwise, I just have to build a wall and, you know, they'll destroy it. Oh, yeah. Orc Camp Spike. I already got this area. Oh, there's another ogre. I was like, I thought I had a second ogre somewhere. Okay. So, let's get this guy first. All right. 1, 2, 3. And I'm going to rotate it. Have it be kind of like where I keep him running through the middle. We'll just do that side. Okay. I'll just do like halvesies. Hoping it doesn't take hundreds of ammo pieces to do it. I'm also eager to see a dwarven gun, dwarven, you know, projectile option for weaponry coming at some very soon point. Yep, just follow me back through the gauntlet. Yeah, where's better than trying to run him in front of them? Ah, ha, 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 ha. That works so much better, and I don't have room for his stuff. Okay, I can take that. I'm taking that money. I mean, granted, I'm gonna make a lot of money soon, but I'm taking. There we go. Oh yeah, duh. You can't have. You know what? Okay, but come on, drop that. If I can drop. Oh, there, I can destroy. Can't drop, and what the? Now I can't loot him. Okay, that's dumb. Why can't I loot the guy I just, you know, looted partially? Oh, alright, I got the supplies. And I'm running out of room. So I can't break those down. I don't want to trust that that is I'm gonna be able to lead the other ogre that far back. I feel like he won't travel that far, so I do need to move those. And then we'll have all this. Oh yeah, I forgot I had this going. Yeah, sure, toggle.
Yep.
Then I gotta get that side. That's the kind of big opening. I don't want to build that into a tunnel. I'm just gonna build it as at least the foundation part, and then maybe later build it up as like a full tunnel type of look. Just to be like, I have conquered this area. This is mine. I know it's mine. Okay. Large orc skull. No food. Let's get my coinage. 702,000. Working my way up. Cogs. Oh, wait. Pipe work. Yep. So I should be done with those. Oh, and I went over. There you go. Okay. Oh, got that. Sort. Put away all this stone. I actually ended up with more stone than I started with because of all the digging I had to do. Jason, you finally made it. You've missed oh so much. There's everything. Not really that bad, but you've missed a bit. I figure you must have been busy. You know, maybe yard work or something. Some decent excuse for your tardiness.
Yep.
I'm just gonna go that way. So let's see, what have you missed? You've missed me building a new tunnel. I want to show off. You get to see it. I built one tunnel between last stream and this stream over there. So I'm trying to mark my areas of territory where I've gone through and harvested stuff. You know, and I built that tunnel today because there's a silver spot over there, and that's where I've got coal over here, endless coal and endless silver now going. I think after this, I got so much stone from this, it's time to go and use that stone after I kill this other ogre. I do a little bit more looking around. Might be good. The next part of the stream will go up top and build some more on that new farming area I started last time. Especially since I know, I'm pretty sure those are still, like, the Steam thing still runs. It's producing water, it's producing steam, even though it's overflowing now with hops and barley. The other stuff is still running, so I'm just burning through coal up top right now. I know I am. That's fine, I got a whole bunch of hops and barley. Just gotta make sure we take out our troublemaker guys over here. Yeah. I'll come back and get those. This was his hangout. I'm gonna grab the large orc skulls. I still need a total of 50 large orc skulls for that King's Quest thing. I'll make sure these guys don't come back. Ah! Ah! Oh, you got me, you guys. Yes, you caught me by surprise completely. I was not expecting that. I did not hear you. They look like they just came up from here. I don't know where they came from. They were just like, get them. I was not expecting them to show up. I saw something move and I was like, ah. You brought your mother shopping. Well, that's nice. Depending on what you're shopping for. You know. Shopping for, you know, food, clothes, electronics, sure, good. Taking your mother shopping for whips and chains, kind of awkward. So there's still a matter of context there on what you took her shopping for. Food, there you go. So you took her to get groceries. I do that every other week with my mother. I take her to get the bulk of her groceries. I don't want to have to go shopping for groceries every week. I tend to go like every other week myself. So she's got to where she now goes every other week with me and gets the bulk of her groceries then. Yeah, I'm just gonna max these out. I should not need that much, but I'm gonna make sure they are loaded fully, because why not? Actually, yeah, there we go. All right, Mr. Ogre, you and me. Plus, there's gold right there. I need that little gold spot. And try not to attack these. Oh, they're so close. He's like attacking them. Oh, but he is gone already. He wiped out all of those. Thank you for destroying 4 in like literally 1 or 2 swings, apparently. Yeah, that's not all excessive, you know. 1 or 2 swings is enough to destroy like all of them. Just, you know, lose all my work like that. I'm taking your camp stuff away. Technically, they shouldn't spawn anyway from these because they're destroyed orc camps. You know, they obviously don't like orcs any more than I do. You know, maybe they could be friends. Big, ugly friends. Okay. Little skulls. Wow, there's a lot of little skulls in this pile. It just keeps going. It's all stacked on top of each other. There, okay. I think that's all of it. And we got a small gold spot here. And I remember seeing last week a big one somewhere. So I'll have to find that one and claim that area. So I can have then a unlimited gold production spot too. Maybe it's over here. I see, you know, cave through there. I know I went through that earlier. I'm trying to think what was over there. I know it was, I'll say the gold one I saw was several tunnels in on some direction. That's why I'm kind of like the dig my own tunnels now aspect and build me a full-on dwarven tunnel. I know it's mine. It helps me keep track of what areas and makes for shorter pathways. And we're gonna find that gold spot and it'll make me a nice tunnel to it. He's now decided he wants to curl up instead of splay out. Still sleepy. He's still snoozing. Like he's done anything, you know, weary. You know, he's not like out there working hard. He played hard this morning. That's about it. That's it. He's worn out from playing so hard this morning. He's like, I'm curling up, taking a nap. See how my silver is doing. Especially I'm about to get an autosave. There we go. Silver ore, okay. Is not. So filter doesn't matter. If I filter it, yeah, it will not pipe to the other side. So now this is full. I'll just have to let it do that. Okay. Yeah, the whole point of filter, it should have allowed some kind of overflow. There we go. All right, we got that. So that should start making me a nice chunk of money. You know, I'm just gonna, let it go like that. And I'll come back. When I need the silver for production over here. You know what, actually, let me just fill up. Because I do have a separate loot container for silver. So I can go ahead and get some of the ore in. I'll just get my blacksmiths to doing some work. Yeah, just take all of it. There we go. And yeah, I won't get this started. We'll go up top because I'm sure it's probably getting low on coal now at this point. Since it's just continuous consumption. Alright, but that gives me a nice silver spot, a second coal producing spot with extra storage to keep that going for me to grab that, carry it somewhere else. And then, of course, I still have my coal up top, which is producing extra beyond what it needs to produce, but it's keeping itself stocked, and it is keeping my base production going. So again, I could do it where I may do a third floor build up, so I just bring the silver and gold in and dump them into I could do that. I could bring them in, dump them into a container that then goes to a splitter and splits between them into the respective spots. So I just bring in and load container up, kind of thing. There goes all that silver. I got 2. So, my fine blacksmithing friend. Let's see. I don't need this stuff yet. I mean, I kind of do for certain things, but not to the point of like the mass production. So let's see. Let's just do dinnerware. Oh wait, silver. Duh. I need to smelt it first. What happens when you automate stuff? When you gotta go back to manual mode, throw you off. Alright, so we're gonna do the silver ingot, and I still got plenty over here, so we're playing coal for this, so that going, and yeah, I'm just gonna do the dinnerware. Okay, just more money making stuff right now. So there goes that. Let's get rid of all this. sort. I have 44 large orc skulls now. How about that? I've almost got enough for that next thing. That one, really one quest thing. Potion. Hide. What? Well.
Welcome. Farewell,
That,
my
and then,
friend.
oh, that's right, because I came down the other way. All right. Never did call my elevator back down. Let's see, how much food do I have? Ah, look at that. Just fighting enemies, I get so much food. Alright. Here we go. Lovely elevator ride. I'd like to see an elevator speed adjustment. I'm not saying a Mach 2 Tier 2 elevator. Just a, you know, if you got a longer way to go, you can choose to up the speed of it. You know, maybe you want to go slower so you can get a nice visual. Certain cases, sure, but at least give the option for it. You know, it's something you could just toggle before you go. So like, you know, I'm going all the way up to the top. Let me toggle it. Or it could even be a basis of you know, how much how many floors are you going? Like, if you're going extra far, you know, like, oh, you're going from floor 1 to floor 8, then I can see that. You know, be like, automatically go faster kind of thing. I'll put it back. Okay, fine. Sort. There you go. Did not run out, so I've got plenty of hops and barley. Guess I should make use of that, right? So, I don't have any of the supplies for that. We're going to do this stuff down there. We got the brewing. For brewing up alcohol. So I feel like we're going to have to do that. Could do the automated machine. I might do that up here. Once I know what the recipes are. Right now, I don't know the recipe, so let's go down and do the manual brewing. I guess it's, you know, it says alcohol, but I would assume at some point we can also generate like potions and such. Or if not, then that's literally we're just supposed to buy potions. Oh yeah, I need to redo this. I need to make it taller. I think I need to make it taller. Or maybe not. I need to make another floor though, definitely. Okay. I am going to need for... That just lights up the place, so... wood, copper ingot, iron ingot, stone. Okay. That might be enough. Iron, copper, okay. Let's go with the cauldron. I guess just throw it right here. Okay, mana potion, skull soup. Boar and mushrooms, barley bread. Alright, so I could use barley to make some bread. herbed boar, which is bush. Okay, the herb bush. And let's just do the brewery. Fine. I'll put it over here. Just kind of need that to see the alignment. Actually, let me turn overlap off. Oh wait, off. Okay, yep. All right, so that did not visually overlap. Okay. Ale, mead, whiskey, and moonshine. So barley and berry for whiskey. All right, so the whiskey, I'm getting tons of that. The mead. Whiskey is more expensive. Hops and berry. So I've got a bunch of hops and this. All right? So hops and barley, I could do the dwarven ale. I got all that. That's what's producing right now. But that's only 10 gold. If I do just barley, I can do the auto brewer. Just change both of those to producing barley instead. Or barley and berry bushes produce the moonshine and make more money. I think that's what I need to do. So, hi, waved at me. So, hops, right? Yeah, barley and the berry bushes. You know what? I've got enough. I'll just do all but 3, and I can just because it's here. Dump that in, dump that, do that, dump that in. Make some barley bread. Not sure what benefit it gives, other than it's food. But I can take that and make me some boar bacon sandwiches. I'm gonna make some sandwiches. Yeah, gotta make some fancy sandwiches because we are fancy dwarves. At least we pretend to be fancy dwarves. Okay. So I feel, yeah, I want to consider a refit up there on that. Again, that's dwarven moonshine, so barley and berries. Where I put the berry stuff. Berry seed. Take that. Okay. Just gonna go ahead and get that started. Barley and berry. Sounds like the name for like a ice cream, you know? Ben and Jerry's barley and berry. They better not use that. You heard it first right here. If you see a barley and berry ice cream come out from Ben and Jerry's, you let me know. I'm pretty sure they owe me some money. Okay, we're gonna shut down Togly.
Yep.
Yeah, barley.
Yep.
So we're keeping that one. Undo this one. Or do berry. Oh, no, I'll actually need the seeds. I just choose it. So it makes its own seeds, apparently. Okay. That's, yeah, makes no sense, but whatever. Take all that. So that's barley and berry. Also, you know, that makes me think of Mad Max Fury Road. If you haven't seen it, dude, what's his name? He played Beast in the newer X-Men movies. I can't remember his Holt, I think his last name. Anyway, he's like his character in there. He's got 2 cancer growths on his shoulder that are basically choking like his windpipe, I think is how he says. At some point they're gonna kill him by choking his breathing. And it's like Barry and something, Barry and Larry or something like that. So that could be it. Barry and Barley be my dwarven cancer lumps. All right, and so we're gonna do this not into storage, but into a production thing. So this is coming out. Auto brewer. Yeah, I'm missing the stuff for that. Okay, but let's take a look at it at least. So we got input and output. So those can kind of come here like that was doing before. Yeah. And I'm gonna have to expand this. I just want to get this going and then I'll redo the whole setup later. But get that there, and then I can add the storage back to it. I might as well go ahead and put that, because I already had the supplies. So I don't lose it. All right. Yeah, so I'll go after this autosave. It's faster, but it's also that hands-off moment. You know, kind of makes me want to do, whenever they're finished with the game, you know, build like a single setup where everything is, because we'll have item elevators at that point, or nicer, you know, factory management mechanics. Build from the absolute top surface level to the very lowest level. Just build one big, like it's a tower, but it's an underground tower, and have an elevator that goes down the whole way. So you get to the very bottom, you come here, oh well, this is floor 1, I'm gonna click for number 9, and then, you know, go make a sandwich, a boar thing sandwich, because, you know, it takes that long to get there. I just want to do that now, just so the fact of saying, yeah, I built this, and it takes 10 minutes to get from the lowest level to the topmost level. Copper plates, pipework, iron plates, gone. Okay. That should be enough of those, just to make sure. I'll take those. Got storage. I took belts out, but just in case, go ahead and take that extra bit of iron. Ooh, yeah, look at my gold filling in.
How can I help?
Almost a fourth of the way. Okay. So, moonshine, dwarven moonshine, be my mass production, and get this set up. Then I'm going to do the whole. We'll expand some of this area out, and I can add in the. Like, honestly, I want to see what the moonshine effect is first, but I feel like it's just going to be one of those money-making items. Like, oh, I got this going. Even if I just set it over to the side at some point. Here it is. You know, this is doing nothing but producing money for me. Like that. Okay. And now the fun part, seeing if this will let me line up two things. Get out of the way. There we go. Little ganked up looking conveyor, but it works. 10 steam. Wait, let me look at this. Was I producing? That's 50. Okay, I'm not producing enough. Wait, nope. Wait, no, it's water. Okay, I'm producing no steam here at the moment, and that is going to produce water. Yeah. I need another water machine here. Great. I did not plan on that. Okay. Well, that's fine. Yeah, I'm gonna have to do some All right, that can wait a minute. That's built. Yeah, that works. Let's do some remodeling with this. Using a lot of stone. I'm still gonna at some point get around to getting those leftover stairs. Someday. Okay. Stone. There we go. Okay, those are done. See it? So go ahead and get some more silver going. That should just be, yep, same stack of 50. You know, 100 ore to 50 ingots. So let that go. Should have enough in the silver spot to keep it running till that fills, and then all the overflow goes into making me money, so that's not a problem. It runs out of fuel. I'll run and grab some more coal from the spot that's going to be full. Yeah, and then we'll get this done. There's more money. Dwarves are all about the golds and jewels, so we're going to expand on this just to kind of get this set up now. And then later on, this is going to be the big, like, you know, kingdom-looking thing. This is going to be the big, massive structure. And I'm going to have just an area, not just gold, because you can do the gold storage, but have it also store other items. I'm going to have it storing things like, hey, look at all these gems I've got piled up in here. And you know what, that's far enough right now. I'm not even gonna worry about trying to count to what I want the edge to be on this. I don't even know. It's just gonna be, just build bigger and bigger. Might even use this as like the an underneath area instead of building the whole thing with foundations and stacking them like that. I might have a little under, like a basement almost type area where I just use one foundation and then open it up below. Let's get all this. Snappy, snappy. And of course, bushes just have to stick up just enough. I'll at least do the back wall. Side. May just go ahead and fill it in and then decide later on I'm going to dig it, build down into it. You know, probably want to not block myself in. A good idea not to do that. Yeah, bigger. Like just not quite enough range on the targeting to build that from here. But there we go. Seems easier to look at the lower foundation and try to snap it. Oh, and it's like, hey, yeah, you can't build there because you already got something there. Even though that technically the overlap is only because of the visual appearance. Technically, there's no overlap there because it's built on foundation. All right. More room. So now we're going to go this direction too. Just give me a little bit more room for the water pumps. I want to do this because I do want to keep some area, some of this to be an outdoor enclosure area, because I'm hoping we're going to get like animal husbandry functionality in this. We're going to get where we can have like, oh, let's raise the boars so you don't have to go and hunt them down. Odds are what will happen is kind of like we got the auto farm is going to be oh yeah, we're dwarves, so we're going to build automatic stuff. So we'll have an automatic boar pin or something like that that will I don't know why that's not working without overlap, but automatic boar pin or something like that, where it's like, oh yeah, this is handles raising the boars and slaughtering them for you automatically, which in a production sense sounds great. Realistically doesn't sound that realistic, but hey, we've got a auto farm over here that doesn't even move the blade to harvest anything. So there's that too. Okay, so now I'm gonna take this out because I need more water. I've done that all in there. I'm still gonna keep that there, but we're gonna move it back a bit. Splitter. Okay. And then that's going to split into the 2 water pumps that I hope I have the parts for. Yep, I need some wood. And I'm going to do it where this one is the outer edge. Alright. The good part is there's still logs in this area. So finding some wood's not a problem. Trying to avoid the trees. I don't want to chop too many down because we can't plant trees right now. I would like to be able to do that. I mean, yeah, with dwarves, we're not exactly like the most eco-friendly, I would say, in terms of most popular, you know, fiction around dwarves. But still, I kind of want to have it where we have a nice, like, area in front of us. Makes it look a little bit nicer. Okay. So, pump number 2. There. Yes, okay. Let's go ahead and get this. What the? Targeting is such a pain still.
Yep.
Oh, I don't need you producing water when there's nothing connected to you. Okay, now we're gonna do the pump thing. Which, the way I'm gonna do this is I'll connect both of these in. So it's gonna be the central one. That's 200 water. I need 100 there. And then I need for this steam. So I don't need much. So we can actually do a second one. Like here for now. Water. For this. And this. Okay. And then we're gonna do the steam power, which, I forgot about that part too. I need more water and I need coal for steam. Okay. I feel like this is gonna get moved back. What I want to do is I'm gonna move this back a bit and lag. And of course I don't have one, so that's already full. Temporary reassignment. Okay. And another splitter. And here, and I'm out of copper ingots. Why? Okay. Where we're at? Oh, we're coming up on 3 hours. Timmy seems okay. Look at him, look at that ear, face. Oh, we were out yesterday when we went walking for lunch. In the area we were walking, some people were doing some concrete work, and one of the guys, I guess, he had his dogs with him, and it was one pure white, like German Shepherd mix. Like almost like a German Shepherd husky type of mix. It was more sleek like a German Shepherd, but looked a little bigger, I guess. But it was like one was pure white, one was pure black, and then had a little Shih Tzu. Shih Tzu was Timmy size, and so it was like sniffing him, giving him licks. The other two, one would get on Timmy's face and be like, sniffing him right on his face, and he's just kind of there, ears back, like, what do I do here? And then the other one would put his nose in his butt, and he would freak out, and he'd turn and face that other one like, what are you doing? You sniffing my butt? Your nose was in my butt. And as soon as he did that, that one would start getting right in his face, be sniffing in his nose, like, yeah, I sniffed your butt. And the other one, who was sniffing Timmy's face, is now faced with his backside, and that dog would put his nose in Timmy's butt. So apparently he'd get some very good food because he had a very interesting smelling butthole yesterday. Because both dogs were very interested in his butt. He was less appreciative of their interest than he could have been, but you know, they were kind of violating him a little bit. Meanwhile, the little Shih Tzu is just like, I just want to be your friend and give you some licks. Is the two husky German Shepherd kind of dogs that were literally, all they wanted to do was sniff his butt, and like in his butt. It wasn't enough to be close. They wanted to be up in there. Like, they really wanted to get his business card. He was very glad to take off and walk away from them. He was kind of like, yeah, get me out of here. kind of attitude. Oh, don't you do that to me. There we go. Okay, so there goes that. And now back to this. Yeah, some of these things are just too big for how close we have to be to place them. So we need a better grid alignment system than this. Also, as janky as some of the conveyors can look in terms of curvature when they're placing, you think we could place things a little bit closer. Like shorter conveyors for some things. Alright, now steam power. Okay. There goes that. So we're gonna get the conveyor going from here to here. Okay, and that's all that coal. I need to go and get from over here too. There we go. So that goes in there, splits between those. All right. And that actually did not work out like I was wanting, but okay. That's feeding there, so this will work to feed over here. Yeah, I'm looking forward to better management of this stuff. And I'm gonna have to move that now because I don't want that being all up in my way. Where I know what's gonna happen. I'm gonna come up here and I'm gonna hit my head and get stuck on that pipe if it's set up like that. Okay. Those I'm just gonna feed them over here like this. Now I got all this room. I'll just feed it over this way. Yeah, alright, like that. There we go. Go in there. And then that will just feed to the storage on this side. Just to the side of it. This will all be redone at some point. Just to get things rolling now. That. And that. Okay. I got those. And now back to the copper pipe. All the way over to some piece of this. That. Oh, you are... Oh! No. Okay. Okay. Now. That is set for barley. That is set for berry. And the water, all this has got stuff pumping. The steam should already be toggled. It's just needing water. And it starts producing steam. Yep. There goes all that. And of course, I gotta choose moonshine. Oh, so I could do this moonshine. And then, oh. Alright, so I'm assuming that because it's moonshine barrel, it will, it's just a, like, okay, that's a money thing. Okay, I'm waiting on berries. I've got berries down there. I can use... Yeah. I got barley going into the boar stuff for the bread. because I want to make some sandwiches. It's because I got so many pieces of cooked boar meat. I like to see, you know, I guess I'm assuming it's going to give me more food value. So I won't let that go for right now, kind of how I got it set. And I got to think about how I want to do this. I'm going to turn that into a big production area. And I am definitely now leaning towards the idea of taking some of the foundations out, that level that I'm at, and building some regular floor tiles and allowing it to have some stuff underneath where I can be like, okay, here I come in and I have like a spot where I can maybe access, or I have the storage container for the coal. Coal goes in and it is just providing the fuel to all the other stuff. Not sure if that height level is going to work right, because I am looking at this and it's 3 high. You know what? How tall is that? That is 2 high, so that is not going to work. Okay, no underside basement stuff there. Let's see, I got that. Wow, that did not use a lot of coal for that. Ice crystal. I have not found an ice crystal yet. So that could be something worth going and looking for. What was that I needed? Berry bushes, yeah. Got 100 berry. Yeah, that barley can go there for now. Sort. So I actually don't even need the seed at this point. So that's 100 berry, 100 barley. That's enough to give me a balance there. I'll throw the hops in with this guy. So I don't really need those. I still have some spares there. That's good. Yeah, I'll just, you know, I've got a wood barrel thing going. On that unlimited wood spot over there, just to make money off of it a little bit. I may end up just I feel like the food production should be above ground in the sun, but I may expand on my little other spot there where the coal is at, add another drill, redo the coal setup there just a bit, produce more, and turn it into a separate little spot for some farming to produce the, use the ancient root for endless wood to produce the barrels to make the moonshine. We got moonshine. What does that do? Once you get past its potency, it tastes quite nice. Restores hunger 20, something 5, so stamina 5, which I guess that's gonna mean something later, and then health of 30. Or maybe the mana stuff part, since we're not using mana yet anyway. I'm just gonna go ahead and toss in 100 berry, a bunch of barley.
Yep.
Might as well go ahead. Oh, well, I can't. Okay, so that gets traded. So out of 100, 250 for 10, so that's 2,500 gold for a stack. Yeah, I'm gonna let that go. That's a nice little money maker, especially with it fully automated. I'm assuming then a barrel of moonshine, which I would have to have another automatic brewer, which should not be a problem because of the amount of steam use. Yeah, I could do that. I could set that up. I mean, really, I don't even have to move it. I could just set it up nicer there and then have the endless wood production over there, the root, instead of going and making barrels just to sell, have it make the barrels. I just grab the barrels, take them up top, and use them to keep it stocked for the moonshine factory. All about making that money. It's what we are. We're dwarves. We like the gold. I'll do some more foundational building with it, I guess, sometime before next stream. There, plates. Still a few extra plates. And trying to keep it somewhat organized. Oh, I do have an extra plate there. Okay. And then the barley we sell.
How can I help?
Yep. Now, take this, which is producing extra. Really, I should just done it as a, like, when I took those other ones, come over here and done this. Silverware. So we're going to do that. Silver, or dinnerware. And, put that in. And lag. Autosave. Also nice to still build a stockpile of. So no. We got sort inventory here. We need a sort inventory hotkey there. Just makes sense that we would have that. More sandwich. That. You know what? I guess I should have done some more. You know what? We got it. 100 barley. Right, that's there. Yeah. 100 barley. We're gonna make some bread, so we can make some boar bacon sandwiches. Alright, while that's going, let's check the new stuff down below. So I'm now getting more interested in the idea of building a straight down elevator setup. So I don't have to do this run. But I'm gonna wait for the update with the item elevators. Once we got those, I may consider doing an elevator down and building something here that can act as the receiving spot for this kind of stuff. You know what? I'm just gonna grab all the coal from the storage over here, and we'll use it to top off the silver. At some point I'll get these set up to actually produce with drills, just so I can use them up and not throw them away as, you know, destroying them. Alright, take all. Let's see, that should be one. Yep, that's full too. So there we go. Should have just done take all on that. So, yeah, let's go this way, because I've cleared the ogres. Should hopefully not find any new ones spawned in. Need to find out what's on some of the other sides too. Like there's a tunnel there. No, that's gonna lead to something. There's that right there. There's a gold spot there. 10,000 gold. No, that's just part of the cavern. Okay. And there's an emerald spot there. I've yet to see an endless emerald one. Or sapphire, that I can recall. I don't think I've found anything of those that are the large endless deposits. Alright, now let's make sure this is just, yes, funneling in, making me money. Go ahead, top it off. And I guess I'll leave that making me money because I didn't use that much. there... I don't think there's an opening, but there is space behind this spot here. Yeah. I may end up just being like, you know what, there's that. I'm gonna go here and I'm just gonna dig in that direction at some point. Just dig until I find the next spot. And then build another big tunnel. More coal in use. Okay, silver's topped off. Granted, I didn't have the larger storage thing there, but silver is topped off. I do need to see what's on the other side of that too. I mean, chances are I might start digging and find out there's just literally nothing there, and I'll dig a super long path into the cavern wall, and eventually, actually, that's up. That's towards the edge of the map. So I would probably start digging in that direction and not find anything until I hit the edge of the map where it said I couldn't go any further. Or I might hit like a cavern where I get inside the cavern and find out I can't go any further because the cavern literally goes beyond the limits of the map. There we go. That. Too much ruby ore. I'm about to need the gem cutter. Okay, that's done. Now we'll go up here. Drop off my coal up here. I've got 3 things burning through it. And yeah. Yeah, I think Timmy's fine right now. We'll go a little bit longer. He's not acting like he's not giving me dirty looks yet. Like he wants to go out, so we'll go a little bit longer today. I don't have anything I have to be going to just yet. There we go. Okay. Everything is topped off with coal. That is not going very fast, actually. Considering the fact that this produces every 60 seconds. Yeah, I could go for a very large growing setup to effectively make use of this. I mean, that's how many per 60 seconds do I get? Is it 10? 50? I feel like it's gotta be 10. 10. All right, so every minute it produces 10. That's one every 6 seconds. This takes 6 seconds to craft, and these 3 and 5. So I've got extra barley as a result. So yeah, for what it is, just to test it out, it's working. But I'm about to need to expand this and really rethink on this. I feel like I do just want to change it where instead of using the barrels like I'm doing below, I'm just going to change that up. Have the barrels being produced into a big double storage container. And then I can just bring them up here, toss them in the double storage container to make the Dwarven Moonshine barrels, because it's not going to use much. I would have to change, you know, this and say, here's the moonshine going in, so I need to, you know, do that. I'll need another, you know, automated brewer, but in the end, it's still going to be a case. I got to figure out how I'm going to organize this. 10 every minute. It uses 5. That uses 3. So if that's going to produce... Basically, I need it to be 3 to 5 ratio. Yeah, that doesn't give me much to work with other than saying 30 to 50. So if I'm going to go with that, to 3 to 5 ratio, 30 to 50, because it's producing in tens, I do 3 farms for barley to 5 farms for berry. And that's 50 water per farm. So that's 8 farms. I would need 4 water pumps just for that. Then, unless we get some bigger, sturdier water pumps, which I don't remember seeing that yet. And then I'm going to need 1 water pump just to produce enough extra for 1 boiler, which is producing 100 steam. Goofy looking thing right there. 100 steam, which goes into this, which uses 10 steam. So 1 steam boiler for 2 brewers, 1 water pump for the steam boiler, and then 4 water pumps for the farms. So that's, yeah, we need a bigger splitter and merger option. Like, we at least should have a 1 to 2 and 1 to 4 type option. So I could have 1 input that goes into a splitter here that splits into 2, and then it goes into a splitter that splits into 4. So it'd be 1 to 2, then 1 of those to 4, and the other one off to the boiler. Actually, no, I'd have to go into 1 to 4, which would give me a split to 1 to 2, split 1 to 2. That's the 4 boilers, 1 to 2, which would give me the 5th boiler, 5th water pump, and the boiler. Yeah, we need at least a 1 to 4 and 4 to 1 splitter merger upgrade. And I don't think that's in the game yet, but I'm about to look. Because, yeah, it's going to take some rework. But that, I think that would be the easiest way, because that would give me a 3 to 5 ratio, 30 and 50. Every minute it would produce 30 barley, 50 berry. And it uses, that would produce 10 moonshine every minute. Because it would use, yeah, it's 6 seconds to produce it. So that's actually the balance right there, to get 10 moonshine every minute, which would then be 2 moonshine into 1 barrel, or whatever time frame that takes. I'm not sure what that time frame will be, but yeah, that's pretty much, I think, the easiest way to do it. Now, I'm just going to dump all this in here. Extra coal for stuff around the base. And I've got too much. Alright, we're going to go ahead and fill these up. Take that, 50 out of 50. And that gives me 11,000 right there. That, ooh, yeah. I need to do a 3rd floor setup now, so I can have the silver and then gold. I gotta find the gold spot too. All right, see you, Jenny. I'm gonna go a little bit longer, not too crazy. But yeah, thanks for hanging out as always. We'll see you next week. I know I found an unlimited gold spot, so I need that. I got silver going. If I get those, I just grab the full amount, bring it here, go up to the 3rd floor, you know, climb up here, if I can get to let me climb, climb up here, and then have like, okay, here's storage, gold, silver, pipes in, goes through all its stuff, comes back here into an automated market, generating same thing as this, just goes into the automated market. I can use the market for storage to produce the things I need to produce, and then the rest is, you know, it just goes in and starts making me money. Just bring that in here. Then the coal, I'll have to change something over here for the coal to do that, so I can, like, because I got that coal going there, got that going there. I may build this out for that, because that's all. That's, oh, wait, what did I do? No, I don't need coal for that. I need steam for that. And I got all the water and steam there, so I'll have to expand on the water and steam. I may be revamping some other stuff now to do this, but yeah, I can make that. I could do that as a nice big upgrade. And just boom, whole big setup of silver and gold, or that I'll have the smelting automated up top. So we bring the ore in, goes into the automatic smelters, goes into the automatic blacksmith, the constructor, to make money making stuff and generate more money. And speaking of money, let's look at the unlocks real quick. Farming, I think I bought all of it, yeah. So I bought all of that. I have bought all of this. All the vaults right now. Manufacturing, I think I didn't buy everything yet. Yeah, because that's 5 million. Infuser to infuse keys. I'm assuming that gets us close to the end of this. Gem polisher. Yep, I did not unlock that yet. It does need, well, dinnerware. I'm making the dinnerware. And then I need some gold to make some gold rings. I can do that. And then I can easily afford that. So that gives me the combinator to make more complicated stuff, gem cutter, and the gem polisher, which I can make use of the gems soon. And that's that. I got everything else. So we're not getting an improved water pump, steam boiler, anything like that. Transport, I've already unlocked. Defense, I've already unlocked, except for flame defenses. Not so worried about the flame defenses at the moment. Mountain vaporizer. I just want to build one of those and go somewhere, find like a cave entrance down, plant it and run, and just see how much it just blows everything open. I'm not even worried about the other charges like that. I want to get to the mountain one and just blow the whole thing up, just see what it does to open up the ground. Okay, so all that's done, everything else is done. So basically at this point I'm about to have the main money part being, again, unlocking other stuff. The 5 million, which I don't even have enough storage here for 5 million. Plus I'll have to be able to make the ingots through that, which is 1 million there. But really my main money generation is to do the automation at the moment. That's it. Yeah, wait, what was the explosives? The cost of that again? Sapphire gem, I've got those. Gold ingots, suppress. Okay. You know what? And I can skip. I'll do it anyway, but I can skip it and not have to worry about that. Yeah. I can do that. And, I guess the combinator is the precise gear. Unless I see that here. Yeah, so that's got to be the combinator. It's fine. So, I could get some precise gears going at some point and have the plant and run charges. So, that. Big thing. Build that, and I guess I have some method. Demo charge. Alright, so I build that, attach it somewhere to that, and then say go. And I run away. And we'll blow up. It says mountain thing, so I'm going to assume it's going to blow a big hole in the ground. I kind of just want to, again, find a spot, like a big cavern, put it right in the middle, and see if it blows, like, how high up to the sky does it blow up? Do I get that? Maybe put it in the ceiling, see how high it goes. Let's see, I am at 44 still on that. I'm good with that. Okay, so I feel like I've gotten decent setup. Moonshine, I definitely want to see about expanding this. I'm going to have to build a bigger floor area. I do want to expand on this with the whole moonshine thing. I mean, that's money generation, but cost-wise, you know, I mean, that's... I'm thinking now, other than I need silver and gold for producing stuff to build other things, I could do the same way I did, is build a nice stockpile of those pieces and keep them in storage like I'm doing now with some stuff. And then focus on just the money making stuff, because the moonshine is kind of nice. Doing a barrel of moonshine, valuable, I guess. That's 2,500, right? What was it? Single is wait, no. Oh, I'm getting drunk. Shift single item. Shift right click. There we go. Okay. 25. So yeah, 2,500 from the moonshine. Oh, look at the edges. Everything's blurry. I'm drunk. I drank 2 things of moonshine, and I'm surprised it didn't give me alcohol poisoning in this. But you can look at the edge of the screen, and it was literally showing it like it has a hazy, blurry effect to it. And of course, stupid thing of I damage it because I clicked the wrong spot. Okay, honestly, I feel like that I want to do that just for the fact of saying I did it. Here's my moonshine producing thing, making barrels of moonshine. More for the selling part, make money. Let's assume that a barrel of moonshine is at least 50 gold because it's combining 2 things of moonshine. So it's got to be at least 50 gold. Because of the cost of the barrel, I'm assuming it might be more like 70, 75 gold for a barrel of moonshine. So 100 barrels of moonshine, say 7,500, you know, 7,500 each, versus I just go get silver and gold and set them up to make like the dinnerware, the gold platter, making that stuff, or even just like not the dinnerware, but the bracers. It's just here, gold bracers, silver bracers, gold rings, same icon, different color, in rotation. Do that. That's, I mean, that was a, you know, 2 stacks of that, 11 has 5,500. That's not bad, and it takes less resources to do that. I feel like I really want to just, I've got to find where that gold spot was that I found, the unlimited gold, and I'm gonna have to dig me out some tunnels to there and get it set up so I have that. But you know what? For now, I've made some improvements. And I spent a lot of time building a tunnel. That's the thing I'm not looking forward to, but at least it helps me track where I'm going, where I've been. And, oh yeah, there's that. Saving in this is very laggy. You know, you see other games where it'll stutter for a second, but this one right now is just very slow on the save. I'm hoping they can, I know they can fix it, because they made the world loading faster. They should be able to make the saving faster too. But let's go ahead and wrap up for today. And Timmy, get Timmy out here. Oh, acquire 1,000,000 gold. Not have 1,000,000 gold, just have made 1,000,000 gold. I got the achievement for that now. So yeah, there we go. You know, I want to do everything I can in it. I want to play with all the different mechanics, but looking at it from the efficiency point in terms of making money, I feel like focusing on the gold and silver would be better. Kind of like in Satisfactory, you know, early off you might do like, oh, here's a spare iron spot and I've got the resources to set it up for smelting iron into the awesome sink. So you get tickets from it, you get something going for it. But if you're like, oh, I've got iron, but I also have this, and now I'm gotta think of the resources. I got a bauxite location, and I can do this stuff with the bauxite, which is more valuable in terms of tickets. You're gonna put the resources towards the bauxite location instead of this cheap iron location. It just makes more sense for me right now. Yeah, I want to do the farming and automate that and make my own moonshine empire, but I think money-wise, it'd make more sense I get the silver and gold stuff going. If we build floor number 3 next time with a full auto silver and gold production setup for that stuff, make me as much money as I can, because I need a lot of gold in order to buy everything. And I'm thinking now I will work some this week on the surface location, build that floor out. I feel like I want to turn that floor into the food brewing area, and again leave like a spot outside for if we do animal husbandry, just so I can feel like it at least has that vibe of we're keeping them outdoors. But I might, once I get the floor plan laid out for that surface area spot, I may build a lofty second floor, so I have a nice third level to go up with the elevator, and that becomes the giant vault for now, where I could just put all my gold, store gems and stuff like that, make it look kind of nice until we get, you know, maybe a better spot deeper down. I feel like the deeper you go, the stronger the enemies. So if you want to protect your gold and gems, you put them high up where enemies won't get to them. I feel like that, to me, makes the most sense as being the safe spot. But yeah, that's what I'll work on. I'll get some more stuff kind of built out this week. Probably can't do that much, but hey, maybe we'll have an update next week with, again, they're going to add some more conveyor mechanics with this next update. Actually, yeah, it doesn't have it queued up yet. It's very experimental, which is why I'm not doing the experimental mode, but we do get the more stuff with the conveyor and pipe work, which means I'm hoping it doesn't break all my stuff I have and I have to redo it. Oh, we are, okay, the next update will have 3-way splits and mergers, so you'll get, they're copying the style of Satisfactory with that, where it's like 1 in and 4, or 1, 2, 3 out, like that. So we will get that, and also they'll have stacking ones. I remember seeing that. And then they're gonna change, overhauled input and output for machines for consistent height for all machines. Yeah, so I'm gonna have to redo a whole bunch of stuff. Belts will look misaligned, but will still function correctly. If you want to fix the visual, you have to rebuild them. So I'll be having to do some fixing, but it means my stuff should still work. And the big thing I was focused on the next update, vertical belts, basically item elevators. So you can send items directly up and directly down. Yeah, these work much like other vertical belts we're sure you've experienced before. Yeah, Satisfactory and other similar games. And we do get some additional base building pieces, mainly just look more like longer, bigger versions of some of the flooring and such. Yeah. So maybe we'll have the next update by then. Maybe not. If not, oh well, we'll still keep going. And again, No Man's Sky, new update, the Relics update is out. You can get it. You can go dig up bones. You got bones. You can make your own dinosaur museum kind of thing. There is a new expedition coming. Not out yet. They still have the current one listed, or the one for the Worlds Part 2 update. I now forgot the name of the expedition, but it's still listed as the current active one. We've already done that. I'm gonna wait for the new expedition to start, and we'll check out the new Relics update. If that is this next week, then we'll be in No Man's Sky for 1 or 2 weeks. If not, we're back to Orebound. Either way, you know I will post it for what we're doing. But Timmy, you want to say bye? Come here. No. He takes off. He said no holding me. Come here. Don't just look at me like that. Come here. Come here. You gotta say a proper goodbye. You can't just run off. Come here. Come here. Come on. You're gonna give me that look, but I'm gonna keep looking back at you. Come here. You gotta say goodbye. Everybody's gonna be disappointed if you don't say a proper goodbye. No, don't lay down. Come here. Come here. Yep. Come here. Come on. You made me have to get up way too much for that. All right. Yes, here we go. Say goodbye, Timmy. You got that one ear up weirdly. There you go. Say goodbye. Yes. To Jason, Felonius. Jenny already left. But we're going to say goodbye to everybody else as well. If you didn't say hi, you should have. But, you know, we're fine for lurkers too that just want to hang out. All right, Timmy. You ready to go? You ready to go outside? You gotta pee? You gotta go backyard? Yes. I gotta go. All right. That's it for today. Thanks for hanging out. As always, everybody. Enjoy the rest of your day, rest of your weekend. And we'll do this again next time. Whatever game it is, you'll know when I post it, not before. But thanks for hanging out. We'll see you then.